That's my son. I have 3 sons. This is the middle one. And we gave him name Amar, and he gave himself name Alex. He's about 4 years old on this picture. He already become a counselor, social worker, and the artist in the house.
My grandmother told my mom when I was born, she said, this kid's gonna be special one day when you grow up. And my mom didn't know what special meant. I remember one of my neighbors had a big, huge dollhouse. And I was just a fantasy, just a dream to walk into this dollhouse and have it filled with all these dolls. That was my fondest memory of my childhood. And I remember I never could understand why boys want to play with trucks and get all dirty in the dirt. And it seemed like such an uncultured, uncivilized thing to do. Like, what interests them in all that? You know, I was clean and, you know, wanting to be like a princess and play with girls.
He used to watch a program called Brady Bunch. And if Amar's father come home, he always asked us to sit on the chairs and listen to Amar that how dad should talk to mom, how mom should answer, things like that. And he was so cute kid for forever.
You see, my father was 19 and within 3 years he had 3 kids. He was an immigrant to this country. He wasn't really ready to be a father. He wasn't really ready to get married. I'm not making excuses for his lack of parenting. However, you have to understand the situation. He was trying to get a job and feed not only his immediate family, but his extended family. And I don't think he could cope. He started drinking. He was not treating my mom very well. He was abusive. She was reading prayers all the time, and she was devoted to that, and she didn't believe in alcohol or any of this, and she wanted to be, you know, safe. So she took me and my brothers and she went to live with her brother. And that took a lot of courage at a time in the 1970s where if you were an East Indian woman, an Indo-Canadian, South Asian woman, if you left your husband, that was a major, major stigma in the community.
God sent me here for a reason, and all the things changing in life. And the biggest change came in Amar, my son. Watching my son, it was telling me something, but I was not knowledgeable enough to understand.
As I got older, people used to call me girlish or a girl, and I never understood what was wrong with me because I was just being myself. You know, one time I was sitting in a chemistry class, I put my hand up to answer a question. People just laughed. They said, "Oh, you sound like a girl." I was just answering a question that the chemistry or the science teacher was asking, and they said, "Oh, they were all laughing at me." I think I was in grade 8 at the time. My sex education when I was in high school was for 15 minutes, and it was about how to put a condom on a banana. I was like, okay, great. Thanks for telling me this. And they were talking about the internal ovaries of a woman. And I was like, great, what am I supposed to do with this? So really, it didn't get through to me. You know, I had to learn everything myself. I was finding the boys in my high school attractive at that time. And I thought I'm sick or there's something wrong with me. Why don't I find the girls attractive? I felt like I was the only gay brown kid in Newton and Surrey, you know, going to a school that had a lot of racial tension. So I'm trying to fit in with the brown guys and I'm trying to fit in with the white guys and I'm hanging out with the girls and I'm trying to pretend like I'm straight. I was trying to pretend I could, you know, just fit in. I really couldn't fit in. I was putting on a big act. I remember someone wrote, you know, fag on my locker, and I pretended I didn't see it, but everyone around me saw it. And, you know, it was scratched in, and I tried to make it spell something else. And That's when it kind of hit me that there's something wrong with me.
In my bringing up, we were not allowed to say, this is my boyfriend, or I'm going out with a man, or I'm having a coffee here and there. That was just absolutely N-O period, my time. And then my father and myself, were very proud of Amar that he never bring a girl at home. I never know what to do. I don't know what to call myself, so naive, don't know anything.
I was a very ambitious person my whole life. All of a sudden, I'm dealing with this blow of my identity, my self-esteem, my self-confidence. I was told faggot, queer, homo. People had rumors like that spread among my social circles saying that kind of stuff. I thought homosexuals were bad people. I thought they did horrible things in the world. People made fun of them and they said it's different, it was weird, it was something that normal people don't do. It was quite sad. Many times I thought of ending my life and suicide, but I didn't want to hurt my mom.
I noticed very troublesome when he was in high school. He usually hide things from me and don't want me to go to the room and clean the room and check the rubbish basket or something, but I found a lot in the rubbish basket.
I used to write notes and throw them in the trash can. Those were temporary suicide notes, but I could never finish the note, so I would throw it away.
In grade 10, 11, 12, because he has a habit to write it down things what in the mind and they make it like a ball and throw it there. So when he get out of the house, I open all of them and I read so much stuff, but I kept quiet.
I did not like myself. I had what they call internalized homophobia, which means you do not like yourself for becoming gay. You want to be straight.
He did not know mother know it, but I knew. But he was always answering me half. If I ask, is there anything? One time I openly say, are you gay? He said, are you kidding? I'm bisexual. I said, what is this?
How can you tell that to your parent who spent years and years slaving away, working in a labor job as a nurse's aide to raise you? Her dream for her child is to get married and bring home a daughter-in-law and have children, and you turn around and say you're gonna go running around with guys and have sex with guys. To me, that's what being gay meant. It didn't mean that you can have a relationship with a guy. It didn't mean that you can get married to a gay brown guy. It didn't mean you can even have a family with a guy. It meant literally, you're giving up this whole idea of a family and you're going off with a guy.
He said, don't worry about that. We are 3 brothers. Older brother will get married and meet your grandma and everything will be done. Please don't look at me. I'm not gonna do things like that. Then the time came, the graduation day. They were going for the prom. Beautiful, slim and tall girl came with him. They went in the limo. He said, lots of people coming, but I know you could not afford it, and you just better go to work and I'll go on my own.
When I was in high school, I didn't date because I was pretending to be straight, right? I found it awkward. On prom night, I had to kiss a girl. It was the most awkward thing in the world. Oh my God, I never want to do that again. I was so distressed. I was so unhappy. I could not see what the next day would be like. So I secretly went to see a psychiatrist and he tried to help me.
Hello. Then there was a little doubt, and that was all complete one day. Early in the morning, one of the psychiatric doctor called me. The doctor was insisting to talk to Amar. I was really angry and I said, that's my child. I gave a birth. He's only 17. You have no right to say that you only talk to him. You have to tell me what's going on. But doctor put the phone down. They did not tell anything. So after that, I found out that was a counselor, and Amar got from the school to talking to them, how can he be straight?
The counselor listened to me. He saved my life when I had no one else to talk to. He never said, you don't have to be straight. That's impossible. He said, well, let's talk about this. Let's explore it. Why do you want to be straight? And I talked to him about the pressure to get married, to have children, to please my mom, who was a single mom. I didn't want to hurt my mom.
I was definite the way he was treating women with the whole respect. Always, I was dreaming that what type of a girl coming home, and then they will have children, and he will be the best husband and best father, and that wife don't have to suffer the things I suffered with Amar's dad. And but everything shattered, it gone. Yeah, that was past.
When I graduated from grade 12, it was the best day of my life. Because no longer did I have to care about all these people who would make my life so sad. I wanted to get away from my family and friends and live a secret gay life in England. Unfortunately, when I went there, my grandfather went to India, to Punjab. I was all by myself and I had a nervous breakdown. I stopped eating, I stopped drinking. I looked in the mirror and my eyes were shaking, they were dizzy. I couldn't recognize myself. My body was literally deteriorating and falling apart at that moment. I had what they call a spiritual experience. I had a type of a hallucination. I don't know what time it was. I was in a deep sleep where I felt this really strange energy coming from deep within me. I felt this energy leave my body. You know, the blanket fell from my face, and I saw this amazing light in front of me. I don't know what it was. I got scared, so I covered myself back with the blanket, and I took a peek and it was gone. I was scared at the time. I didn't understand spirituality. I didn't understand God. I didn't understand religion. I didn't understand what it meant. But later, when I was in the hospital, I talked to a priest, and he explained it to me. He says, maybe God is sending you a message that he loves you, and you should live your life how you want to live your life. I went right back to Canada, where I felt I need to be close to my mom.
I was so broken that how I tell my mother what's going on in the house, how I tell my father what's going in the house. And I can't even talk to outside the house with friends or co-worker or anybody because I myself don't understand what's going on. Then I feel for the longest time that I done something wrong in past life and the God is punishing me now to do all that stuff. For many days, I'm angry with God, crying, fighting with God, reading so much Holy Granth. So I was almost alone to go through that journey.
I think my mom was confused. She didn't understand. No one teaches, Indian parents or South Asian parents or Sikh families about homosexuality. Where are you supposed to get your education from? There's not one word of homosexuality mentioned in the entire Sikh holy book. It's not an issue. So no one can make that judgment on us. So in a way, I think it's a gift. Rejection is a reality for you. Rejection from family, society, friends. It's a part of your day-to-day existence. I have not received the full embrace from my father. Sometimes he has even told me to my face, when people talk to me, oh, your son is gay, he's on TV doing this or that, he says he feels ashamed. He says, in our community, that is not something to celebrate. It brings shame to the community, it brings shame to the family. Even to this day, my dad says, I love you as a son, but I don't approve of your lifestyle. It's hard for him because society tells him in our culture that being a gay brown guy like myself who's out is not a good thing. I cannot expect my father to just turn around and embrace me and say, oh, I love your homosexuality. You know, that's not gonna happen. It's gonna take him many years to come to terms with it because it's a direct challenge to his masculinity and himself as my creator. He's my father. Why am I in a society that treats gay people so badly? Why are they discriminated against? Why are they marginalized? Why do they have to fight for their rights? Why are they not treated with equality and with dignity and respect? It made me angry and it pushed me into social activism and social advocacy and social work. I wanted to help people because I felt I need to devote my life to helping people. And then I got into teaching and I got into counseling, which is another way of helping people. One of the reasons I founded Share Vancouver, which is a queer group for South Asians and friends, was because there was a number of suicides in the community. There was a boy from Afghanistan who jumped off the bridge. In a suicide note, he said he was straight, but he was called queer, fag, homo. He was bullied every day at school, that it was so miserable. He was a victim of homophobia, and he ended his life.
One day I cried all night, and then early in the morning, I get up, I take a shower, and just open the Holy Granth, and I was reading it. And all of a sudden inside me, I feel like a shower of some blessings or pat on my back, and I felt like bodily feelings that somebody giving me the comfort. I was all alone in the room. After that, I made up my mind, no matter what happened, lift myself up and chin up and go. Anything will happen with God's will, and there's nothing I can do. Only one thing, to love my child. I accept him as it is. But it takes so long to reach that point.
As a social worker, I wanted to do something to keep my community safe. The local newspapers interviewed me, the Surrey Leader at the time. My mom did the interview with me. You know how powerful that interview was? I had the support of my mom, and my mom put her photo in the newspaper saying she supports her gay Sikh son. So the message went to the parents as well as to other kids who were struggling with their sexuality. And that was in 2008.
He's a father of Share Vancouver. It's not the only way you can be a father with biological child. He's doing for humanity. I always wanted it. My grandpa was doing it, father was doing it, and I done what I could. I am more happier than if he was an ordinary man, have a wife and children, then may I not be fulfilled inside properly. Now I am satisfied. To me, according to the Webster Dictionary, gay mean happy. Whole life, I was thinking, what's wrong in to be gay or something? My child is happy, I'm happy, and what's wrong in it? So then he explained it to me, and then I found out. But I was wondering for whole life what it is. I still sometimes not clearly understand many things, but happy as it is. Love the child as a child. They are personally very badly hurt and injured emotionally by other people. They do not understand them. Do not try to change it. You're gonna waste your own life for that. But no, this thing You cannot change. And let them live, and you be happy, they be happy.
I'm thankful for my mom. Everything I have in my life is because of my mom. She has supported me my whole life. When the world was saying, why is your son coming out as a gay Sikh? He's embarrassing the community. My mom stood up for me and she defended me. And I cannot thank her enough for that. She's the best mother in the world. She really, I feel sometimes, is an angel that has come down to help me in my life. You know, she has done so much for me, sacrificed so much for me, defended me, and she still does that every day. And she never rejected me for being gay. A lot of people think gay is just a sexual act, but really it's about being a human being, about being loved and wanting to love someone, and being gay is just another way of loving.
One man died, one woman died. They both cremated, and the ashes sitting there. You ask those ashes, are you a man or a woman? No answer. So, for that reason, I understood that we are equal.
We are all humans. We are all human beings. We need to treat each other with dignity, respect, with love. Gay people are people too. They need to be loved too.
Oh my God.
Superstars in a row.
I know.
A couple nights ago, he wanted to back. The more time coming close, the more I'm getting nervous.
That's cute. That's cute.
It's like your hair is going
One more. Oh, one last. Sitting there.
Miss Badge.
Okay.